Last week on Dads and Dragons, we return to Olsen and his out-of-town friends enjoying a few brown ales after their triumphant return to Algathera. The reigning champ, Calamete, sauntered up to the group and accused them of cheating as they had ascended the ladder too fast. But Olsen set her straight and told her that the diversity of his group is what has given them the advantage. After this confrontation, the party finished their drinks and headed off to bed. While the others slept soundly, Algie was roused in the middle of the night and summoned to the bar for a rendezvous. Bassett White and a mysterious protege have tracked him down to discuss his debts. Algie is in significant debt, a surprise to no one. But Bassett agrees to wipe the slate clean if Algie works with him to undermine Algathera for the glory of Cirrus. Algie readily agrees and scampers off back to bed. In the morning, the party wake up and enjoy a traditional Algatheran breakfast before heading out to see Courtney and Botany. Olsen leads the group to Courtney's familiar house at the edge of the academy, and they arrive to find her brewing up porridge, enough for everyone. After second breakfast, Olsen catches up with his mentor and friend, telling her of his adventures and Fergan's untimely death. Courtney is saddened to hear this news and wonders aloud whether the mana acquisition in the wild might be too much, but Olsen reassures her that the party and Fergan are working for an important cause, the greatness of Algathera. Courtney tells the party that she'll be wagering some money on their continued success, and Algie asks where he can do the same. She directs him to meet with Sidney Sheck in the financial district. The party make their way down to the financial district, and Algie heads off to meet with Sidney, while Olsen and Sarave head down the road to speak to Kachi about the mysterious artifacts they have found in their travels. Algie and Sidney get right to the point of making their wager. Sheck, it turns out, wants something that Algie has, and offers to sweeten the deal in exchange for the gems that Algie has found. Algie keeps his cool, and after some verbal sparring, they come to a tense arrangement, which is beneficial to both of them and doesn't require any unfortunate accidents. Algie parts with one of the spent entropy gems for Sidney to cover half his wager on the party, which would be 100 GP. 50 GP is half of that. Anyway, with the promise that he will show him anything else he finds. Olsen and Sarave meet Kaji in the warehouse and show him their goods. He notes that the Mizium chain shirt is of fine design and offers protection against crits and +1 to armor. The ring is a ring of spell storing, and the wand is a wand of viscous globs. And then I guess we'd meet back up with each other, right?
I guess that's what we're up to now.
I think we ended just with their dedication.
I wish we got like not Talespire, D&D Beyond had all these like items and stuff, because you always got to buy them and shit.
Oh yeah, true. Got to add all those in.
Wait, you have to buy them.
Yeah, and D&D Beyond if you don't have them.
How much do they charge for the wand of viscous globs?
Well, like it doesn't pop up, so like you'd probably have to buy whatever books thing.
Right?
That's bullshit.
If you go to the marketplace,
Yeah.
You should be able to
usually
buy
you can buy
individual
this
items.
individual item if you can find it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right.
Wand of...
Okay, I get it now. Because I was wondering why...
Is it viscid?
Beyond
Viscid globs?
is viscous globs.
There's a viscid globs? Are you sure it's not that one?
What does it do?
On a 1, the wand melts into harmless No, I don't think it's that one.
No. Yeah, no, that's the right one.
7
It's just
charges
that's what
for
happens when
holding
it's
it
out of
uses action
charges.
to expend one of its charges to cause a glob of...
Oh, it is viscid. It is
viscid.
viscid globe. Viscid.
Viscid, there's a C in there.
Yeah, viscid.
Wow.
Viscid globs.
Oh, my bad. I didn't read that at all.
It's part of the Out of the Abyss pack. You can get just
Yeah, it's
the wand
viscid.
for $2.
You don't say the C.
$2. That's shit.
I assume it's $2. Everything looks like it's $2. Where is it? $2.
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. You can buy the whole pack of items for $6. Or you can buy the whole thing, items and monsters, for $30, I assume. $30. What? But the monsters are only $8, and the magic items are only $6. Don't know why you'd buy the monsters anyway. You could
No.
get all the items for $6.
It's pretty good.
Some kind of master tier subscription. That I think someone still has to buy it, but then they can share it with everyone if we get a master tier subscription.
Or you can also always just make it like Locke can also just make it as a
$6
custom campaign or custom item and just.
Like making custom items, it's a bit of fucking around.
It is.
I did it last
Wow.
campaign a couple of times, but
Look at all those. Imagine buying these individually. Who would do this? $8 or like
It's fine when you need like one thing.
when you just need Bahamut.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So,
If only we had a sponsorship from D&D Beyond, hey?
We have peak 20 viewers.
so we'll wrap up these conversations. We'll go back to Sinishek. Sinishek and Algie. So you've just made the deal.
Yep.
You're mid shaking hands as we zoom back in, and he says,
Yep.
"Did I have an accent for this guy?"
Sure did.
Oh, he's Irish. That's right. He says, "You may not understand it, Algie, but this is truly for the glory of Algathera. I have big plans, big plans. Can't talk about them too much for the time coming, but I'm not just a stockbroker, you know. I've got a bit of a history in mechanical engineering myself, and I think there's some real promise here. Oh, I'll see where it takes me, but whatever you find, you bring back to me. The bigger, the better."
Of course, anything for the glory of Agathera. You know I'm all in on this city and its prosperity. If you need of course, any investment with me is a good investment. If you need any help, I'm quite the intellectual expert. If you ever need any help, just keep that in mind. And I will see you soon, I'm sure, Sydney.
Yes, well, I hope I'll see you again laden with gems.
Of course, you know me. Whoop,
Right.
I turn to the door.
Yep. Back to the other one. We're back in that little workshop. Don't
Let me
remember
out.
what this guy's accent was. Kaji.
He
He was like
He
a
was a
southern
s-
hick.
Southern Belle.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
really? Well, dude. Yeah, I remember this because Ed was like, "Wow, you fucked those accents up," and I was like,
Yeah.
maybe
It's another
everyone in the rest of
opportunity
this
to do it
campaign,
again.
yeah, here forward, everyone will either be a little leprechaun or a southern belle. Kaji says, well, that is quite the haul you have brought back in. Don't see those sort of quality of items around Algathera these days. It's getting a little more scarce out there. Well, it was a pleasure seeing such fine wares come through my workshop. You know where to find me if you ever need me again."
I'm sure we'll be back soon, Kaji. It's always wonderful to see one of the citizens of Agathera have such great success. You see, Sarave, this is what the city can offer you. Even an alien like Kaji has risen to great heights.
Also, I must say, you've been very on the point about people who are not from Algathera lately. Is it just being back in the town? Is it just really
It's just wonderful.
reignited this point in you again?
It's wonderful to see all of the different citizens of Algathera from all walks of life and the success they can have in the city. The opportunities that are offered. Good luck
This
to you,
is
Kaji.
true.
I
Well,
wonder
thank
away.
you, Olsen.
So
Look, he loves it.
isn't he a human? Why is he
Oh,
getting?
whoa. It's not a race thing. It's not a race thing.
Sounding like a race.
Let's be clear. It's very nationalistic, but...
Okay. Where the fuck am I?
Where the fuck I am?
You're over here.
Here. Yeah. Okay.
I'm following you, Sarah V. Do you know where we're going?
I do not.
Look out
Oh,
for
he's
algae.
He's over there.
He's coming.
Oh, here he
Wow.
comes.
Excuse me.
Yippity hoppity. I'm gonna get a beer.
Sarah has developed, now that she's grown in power, she's developed a very bad... Oh, if you double click into walls, you just jump to the top of them. That's cool.
Okay.
Huh?
Like, if you go up to a wall, if you just double tap it, it'll
Ah.
like...
Don't you just
jump
walk
to
up
it.
normally?
Oh,
You
yeah,
don't-
you can, you're right.
Don't need to double tap.
Yeah, Sarah, as she's gotten a bit more power...
Oh, we're
I
not
know I
hearing
have...
you.
No.
I lost you.
So-
I feel like if it's like good and then you turn slightly and it loses you sometimes.
Because the gain should be like entirely around the front of the mic, but whatever.
It's funny because it's like perfect.
It's perfect, and then it's just like none.
Yeah.
Yeah. So since Sarave can teleport further now, that she's gotten a bit more powerful, she's just even more obnoxious. She'll walk a little bit and then just teleport up onto a wall, then onto a roof, then back onto the path and walk for a bit, and then just like blamp, blamp.
Cool.
Out of towners, am I right?
Hippity hoppity.
You saying that in real life or in?
She glares at you.
Yeah, say it in real life because it's more trying to get on the Alcatherian train.
What a sellout. All right, what are we doing?
Well, I think if we've found everyone else, we should definitely go and wish Botany all the best in this election and hope against any foul play. And if nothing else, I'm sure she might have some interesting information for us about what has been going on before we, get back out there, as they say.
Yes,
I agree.
I'm eager to meet with her as well. It's been a long time since I've heard from her. It'd be good to know more about one of the people running for governance of our great city.
Yeah, it'd be good to get some tips on where we should go next as well.
Let's
Yes,
see,
most
Botany's-
definitely.
Botany lives in this quaint
What?
villa.
Oh, there's two.
We've been jumped.
This was my plan all along. I'm actually from Sarah's.
Hey, that's my stick.
Oh, actually, you know what?
Oh, I managed to get my first character out of the trees.
Yeah, I realized I could just walk out of the building.
Oh, smart.
I didn't even think to arrowkey it.
Lost. Oh, there you are.
We're all
Go.
huddled in it.
Go choose a house that Botany lives in. I don't want to prescribe this. Or you can go to the place of legislation, which is this badass building over here.
Oh yeah, she'd definitely be over there being a
hanging out there.
nerd.
She's got an
Yeah.
office there, right?
Yeah. Yeah, she's definitely a nerd. Yeah. Sarah's just like,
Other side.
I mean, the likelihood of her actually being at home is, not... those people dedicated to their work, dedicated to the glory of Algathera. I'm sure we'll be able to find her in here somewhere, elbow deep in paperwork and smudged ink. Hippity hoppity.
Hippity hoppity.
Can I open the door? I can't. Yeah, I can open the door.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh, it's so
Alright.
cool.
You enter a quite honestly quite impressive building. It's got a grand foyer in front of you. Are there stairs on this side? No, okay. Grand foyer in front of you. Oh, how do you get up?
How's there not stairs?
Does everyone see up here?
I don't see any stairs.
What the fuck?
This is just the basement level.
I'm just trying to figure out how you actually get up.
No, these little things that look like fireplaces, like, here, these look like stairs. If you go
But
up a
there's-
level. Yeah. But if you put the roof back on, there's like a balustrade above it.
What? I don't see what you're talking about, Dylan. It looks like a.
Oh, I can see
Oh,
on the second level. I can see a way up.
oh no,
Yeah.
it's just like a balcony. Oh, like an internal balcony. What the fuck?
All right, this is ridiculous.
Anyway,
I can see the second-
we'll pretend there's stairs there.
Yeah.
That's fucking stupid. Terrible design. It's like majestic map, and I'm just like shit.
How dare my
Anyway.
free buildings not be perfectly correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, the you enter a it's kind of like a office building, I guess. A lot of people walking around in robes, with
Is there?
like, books. Yes, in the mind's eye. Come up one level for me.
Where should I go to get up?
You climb the ladder.
Yep.
It's a funny.
The
funny
bureau-
building.
The bureaucratic ladder.
It's a
is the
metaphor. Yeah.
metaphor.
They really want you to remember the struggles of Algathera, and so there's no stairs from that first level. You have to climb
You climb
the
the-
ladder.
I low-key love that though as like a concept. Can you imagine politicians having to actually climb a fucking ladder?
But don't have to do shit.
Yeah. And you arrive on the second level, and there's two stairs, one to the left and one to the right.
The two
On the
different
left-
parties.
The left one, the steps are engraved with a slogan down the front of it saying that, written in old Algatheran, that translates to strength. And on the right side, there's a second one that, again, written in old Algatheran, that translates to empire. This level's a little quieter. It's sort of got some people having like conversations, quiet conversations. People look at you. It's unusual, you know. They sort of take a second look. But you get some respectful nods.
I take this opportunity to explain the staircases to Algie and Sarave and the old Algatheran written on them.
I can read them.
All right.
I've read
Yeah,
more
so-
old Agatharan than you have, I'm sure.
Oh, Algie, please.
Yes, I must say I have been in this building far more like. Knock on the door.
Okay.
We're really stacked up.
You enter a cozy room.
Oh, look at the little table. Ah,
Yeah,
it's so
table's
cool.
And inside is Botany alone, just reading through like flipping through, trying to find a particular book on the shelf. She turns as you enter, and says, "Oh, Sarave, it's been too long. I must say I was concerned when you left for Port Zeta. There were rumors going around that it was not a very safe location this season. But I shouldn't have been worried. You're just as capable as always."
Yes, it is. It is lovely to see you again. It has been far too long, as we've been out braving the wilds in Port Zeta. And she gives her a hug. You are certainly not wrong, though, in the intel that you've received about Port Zeta being a little dangerous. We brought far too many signet rings back with us. Despite our successes with capturing many nodes and bringing much needed mana back for Algathera, we have lost many fine men and women out there to the travails around Camp Zeta.
Can I get a shout out for our biggest fan, Breton in bed? Great to see you again, pal.
Welcome to the stream.
Welcome.
She sort of gestures at the table and she's like, "Yes, It's a difficult season. Fergal was not the only core to be lost. We've lost 2 more novice cadres, and even a senior cadre was lost as well. It's getting wild out there, and some of the nodes that we thought would be easy secures were lost to Ceres. Ceres is pushing, and she sort of gestures off to the north side of the map. Ceres are pushing very aggressively into what we had considered our safe territory. But this is the nature of the beast. The mana is getting scarcer and scarcer, and these old ideals that rule our society are holding us back. But with tragedy comes opportunity. I do not know if you've heard, but I have a great shot at getting what was the title called?
Wasn't it just governor?
Governor.
Yeah, I have
Governor.
You won't believe it, but I have a legitimate shot at governor.
Well, I'm certainly not surprised. I mean, if anyone has the know-how both from a technical, scholarly level, but also just with a general feel for the people, it would be, of course, you. I mean, it was very exciting to come back and hear everything you'd been up to and how you'd sort of inspired the youth and those up and coming in Algathera to, lead the city into its a new stage of growth and prosperity. It's very exciting indeed.
Yes. What has got us here will not get us where we need to go. Thinking in the old ways will only set us behind. Have you seen how Ceres have mobilized? And Phaeton too. We do not know much of them, but the scouts are telling us of great victories. It's deeply concerning, but it's okay with the likes of you out there supporting us. The mana will flow.
Yes, truly, everything we do is for the glory of Algathera and to keep the lives of the people here running how they are used to it. But we have, in our travels, we did see some Ceres ships off the coast of Port Zeta and came across some unfortunate Ceres and Phaeton corpsmen in one of the nodes that we interacted with. We managed to, it's like, you wouldn't believe it, we managed to bring down an entire hag and a whole chapel full of goblins around one of the nodes. Truly dreadful business. But that was where Fergan met his end. But at least we did all we could, and we were able to stamp out this threat to Algathera. But it seemed that those from Ceres and Phaeton had also fallen into their trap. So they are indeed sniffing around in territory that we had originally thought was ours. It is concerning.
Yes, well, perhaps Ceres overextends themselves. You've given me a lot to think about, Sarave. Maybe getting rid of the old ways is not enough. Maybe it's time to get even more radical. Maybe it's time to claim Ceres. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm not the governor yet, of course.
Well, I'm sure in a few short months you'll have the resources to look at these broader campaigns.
Yeah. Ceres is an unruly place, though. We wouldn't want to get too close to them, though. Like, it's far too much effort.
Oh,
Yes.
Algae, was it? Yes. What do you mean? You think that they would corrupt Algatherans? Purity of our society?
Yes, it's a lawful but unlawful place. There's just...
But is not Algathera's true strength in its diversity? Think of the opinions and the perspectives that we could gather from liberating the Ceres folk from their, frankly, tyrannical and incompetent government. Do you know that Ceres makes mobsters lawful? That's their police structure. What a terrible idea.
I had heard of that in passing before, yes. But that's exactly what I'm talking about. We can't have that getting involved in Agathera.
Oh, don't worry. Algathera absorbs. It does not succumb.
I'm sorry,
at-
Botany. I respect your station, but you speak too lightly of war. War and invasion of another city. Algathera is a great city, and these are other large cities. A war between our two cities would be too devastating to imagine. And for what?
Yes.
So that we can drive a few mobsters out to the streets?
Think of the mana for Agathera.
The mana is in the wild. Taking mana from another city would cost more mana than we would gain. That's always been the tenuous balance. It's not surprising to me that you're not aware of this, Algae, but that's been the way of life in Algathera. This has been considered before, but a raid or an attack of such magnitude would be too costly in both the life of Algatherans and our own mana to be worthwhile.
Yes, I must agree with Olsen in this case. It poses an interesting. It's always an interesting thought experiment, but when it comes down to these things, not that I'm a politician, but doing something like this would need to be paid in ANC blood, and while we're busy squabbling with Cirrus, that lets Phaeton and that free roam on the wild or free roam to come in behind us while we're weakened. Surely we can continue to snipe at them without something quite so direct.
Yes, like weakening the mobsters. That's a great idea.
Yes. I do not really care for the mobsters, but as you said, Sarabes, sniping at them can have potential, and every now and again a sniper does land a critical blow. And Olsen, I respect your opinion. Outright war would be very costly. It's not a price that Algathera can play right now, but the right cadre could do exceptionally critical damage to the infrastructure of an overextended series. And if what you're saying is true, it sounds like they're getting a little desperate. Maybe cutting through the defenses, slipping to the heart, and sliding a knife right between the shoulder blades.
And as we strike at Ceres, what then? What then, Botany? Will they not strike back at us?
Oh, but they won't be able to. The right knife applied to the right point of the body will disable the entire creature.
And you would wager Algathera's future and the lives of these people on this guesswork? This gamble?
Well, maybe not yet, but from what I've seen of your achievements over the past humble weeks, you may be the blade that points the way to Algathera's future.
Flattery might get you a long way with the dull masses, Botany, but I see you for what you are. You might have some new ideas, but these are dangerous ideas as well. I warned you, Algae and Sarave, I warned you that this was the kind of person... Algathera cannot take this leadership. I leave.
Olsen is a little, touchy.
Still mad again.
He also has a flair for the dramatic, as you can see.
It's okay. That's fine. Look, if it was easy, everyone would have done it, and he'll come around in time. With the blade isn't the only tool. Sometimes honey is the solution. You give me time with him. He will come around. I see in his heart that he truly does have Algathera in mind, and so do I. We burn with the same fire. It's just we need to align, and he wants to see the light that I see, and I think he will. And when he does, what a weapon we will have to wield against our foes.
He is certainly competent. I'll give him that.
Yes, and this this assassination couldn't come at a more timely time, more
Timely time.
more opportune time. Just as I've sort of been putting my my plans together, the chance has taken to propel me into the position I need to make this happen.
Yes, we had thought when we heard about what happened to the old governor that you might be the best person to speak to if you had any other information or anything useful that we could look into for you, as you were well connected before, let alone now while you're running for governor.
Yeah. Was
What
there
can you
any
tell us?
suspicious before the assassination? Are there any leads?
Oh yes, it is a troubling turn of events, but no crime in Algathera goes unpunished. Here's what I know. Algathera would never allow for the assassination of a governor from external sources. It's just not possible. We have too many checks and balances, too many controls, too much security.
So you don't think any of those Ceres mobsters could ever get in here?
Series mobster? Oh, sure, why not? A series mobster is welcome with open arms in Algathera. But under strict observance, of course. We do not want them spreading their ideals unchecked. But, they have business to attend to, and that's none of our concern, of course.
Assuming they're paying their taxes anyway.
Look, the fee, the immigration fee, the visitation fee to Algathera is not cheap. Nor the immigration fee, mind you.
Massive White just walked in the door regularly. We was trying to act all suspicious. He just paid the fee. Yeah.
I have my ways of entering the city.
Well, Ceres, yes, there you
buy
go.
a ticket.
Buy a ticket.
But look, his showmanship works. But yes. So therefore, I can but conclude it was an inside job. And look, the Governor Jenkins was no soft dandy. He was ex-Corsman himself. Sure, he was past his prime by quite a few years, but those survival instincts do not leave you, and he was accomplished in his time. Not, of course, of the a peer of Vivers or Courtney, but still rather accomplished. So I can only conclude that it had to be someone of respectable martial talent. Who? I do not know. I have been sorting through the list of Corsmen who were in town on the night of the murder, or arrived suspiciously close, or at least in short enough period to have been arguably in town that night. It is a longish list.
May I ask how he died? What were the injuries? Could that perhaps narrow down the list of potential causes?
Right. The murder was somewhat unconventional. It appears to be a barbed garrote. Is it garrote or garrote?
Garrote.
Garrote? Garrote.
Yeah.
Garrett.
Alright.
Hold on, maybe Google will tell me.
Yeah.
I've always said garrote, but maybe
Really?
Garrett.
Garrett.
Garrote.
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 What did you say, Dylan?
Garrote. Garrote.
Garrote.
Garrote.
Oh my god, it fucking moves a mouth now? What the hell?
Really?
Oh, that's so... Yeah, if you click play to explain it, it says learn to pronounce, and it shows you like the mouth movement.
How does that help?
Assuming you don't speak English and you're like, what the fuck do I do with my mouth to make this sound?
Also, this map table, we're the north is pointing west. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Is this
Every
map table
time.
accurate? Like, should we be taking photos?
Like maybe Sydney's just like, I want to have it facing like.
No, it's the map is
Rotated-
the map is accurate, not where the north south is on the like.
on Talespire.
I don't
So,
think
Cameron,
the map is
do you
meant to
only-
be pointing north. Like, you've seen maps in real life, right? They're not always pointing north.
Are you only allowed
They're
to leave
always
a map-
pointing north,
Like-
Ed.
I love it. I can visualize Cameron going like hiking, and he's like, "I must orientate myself to north."
No, I just mean, why would you
Whoa,
place
I
this
can't
map?
look at the map until I'm facing the right direction.
Why would you place the map on the table and have it facing the wrong way?
Maybe it just makes
For
more
sure.
sense this way.
It's
Well,
not
no.
like you're not just like walking
If you
around
need
with it.
the-
It's
if
a
you need
big
the
map on
to
the
be-
table.
If you need it to be horizontal though, and the room
Yes,
is shaped this way, like
Yeah,
you
where else are you
even-
gonna put the
which
table?
way's north right now, Cameron? Point. Which way's north from where you're sitting?
From where I'm sitting, that way.
He doesn't even know.
This is that way.
It's that way.
Botany is a progressive thinker. Oh, sorry, Botany isn't a progressive thinker. She doesn't need to be constrained by your alignments of cardinal directions.
She is
It's very
aggressive.
confusing.
There's Algathera and Hitler, if ever you need to see one.
It's the one preaching diversity. That's
She's preaching diversity as a cover for invasion.
Yes, unusual form of
yeah, right.
murder. Not a common weapon. I do not know enough about the causing to understand who might be using that, but I'm sure others may. I frankly, I do understand that I should be getting to the bottom of it, but I'm so busy with my campaign. Chancellor, what's his name?
Ellis.
Chancellor Ellis does have the lead right now, but I believe with enough of a groundswell of motivation of youth who see my future, who believe in my future, I may be able to get there.
Yes, I'm sure you have a good shot of it. Obviously, times of peace will prompt for some sort of change, or a bit of a shake-up, especially after something as shocking as a murder of that caliber.
Mhm.
I mean, as we've said, the diversity of Algathera is strength, and there are many people here who are not from Algathera, so Governor Ellis's views might be ideally rub people the wrong way.
Yes, well, in hard times, people do tend to stick to what they know and what the old ways were. Remember, Algathera has not always been such an open city-state. It comes from a place of monoculture, and many of our ideals are built upon this. But I think it's the combination of order and order wrapped around a melting pot of ideals that gives us our true strength.
Yes. Cheers to Agathera with that. Yeah. But is there early voter registration in case we are out on a
yes.
mission?
Of course. I believe they'll allow you to submit your vote downstairs. Talk
Wow.
to one of the scribes. I hope I've made my sales pitch today, Alfie. You work on your
Wait,
prognosis
Question
as well.
to answer.
Yeah.
You governor, you're like, can I vote today? Not
Yeah.
for you, though.
Not for you though. You've really. Yeah.
Do you believe in the future of Algathera, Algie?
Of course.
Well then, work on your friend Olsen. I believe
Yep.
every vote counts, you know.
Yes,
We'll
there's no way he'd miss the chance to contribute to Algathera before we leave.
We'll do our part.
But it has been incredibly good to see you again. But we must, despite everything that has been going on, we must head back out into the wilds. The mana doesn't stop flowing merely for us to come back and get a rest, as much as we would like it to.
Yes, well, I have heard some very concerning things about. No, look. Normally, I would not share this information with a cadre directly. It's somewhat improper, but Sarave, we do go so far back. I've heard some very concerning things about. Let me just make sure I get this right. Oh, yes. Very concerning things around Kirkwall Village. There was a report, probably not long after you arrived in Port Zeta, about.
Can she point to the map when she Kirkwall Village, right here?
Yeah.
This is where Joseph was telling Olsen was in trouble, wasn't he? But it was like too high a job for us.
Kirkwall Village.
Right there.
Yes.
Right there.
Yes, there you go. Yes, very concerning things about Kirkwall Village. Our sources have said that not only has the supply chains been interrupted, but the farmers are having escalating trouble year on year with. The reports are confused, but they say they claim some sort of like mindless humanoids coming into their fields and disturbing their crops, and often chasing the farmers. They are quite slow, thankfully, but and quite mindless. But if the numbers keep rising, then the guards of Kirkwall will certainly be overwhelmed. We have been losing guards out there by regularly high numbers now that I think of it. Yes. We do not know exactly what's going on at Kirkwall, but the core does not only offer tokens for securing nodes, it also offers tokens for the defense of our interests. And Kirkwall is it's our breadbasket house in the Western Plains. Without Kirkwall, mana is not the only thing that is required to sustain Algathera. We are humanoids, after all. We require food.
Yes, that is indeed most concerning.
What a non-human thing to say. Us humans require food. Right, guys?
I was trying to be inclusive to the Harrigan and the gnome. You're not human. You're humanoids.
I'm a humanoid, yes.
Please, if there is a more respectful term for you, let me know.
For you people?
Your kind.
She's still like Baron.
Yes, Algie, I don't know if you've ever had the discussion with a druid before, but you try convincing them of the greater good of where they just sit there and make good berries all day, every day. They very much don't take kindly to the idea, even though, one good berry can feed and water a person for an entire day. Who needs crops and three square meals when you've got that? But they see it as beneath them. I mean, I couldn't think of anything worse personally, but we're talking about utility.
Sarah, you bring me back to our college days, sitting in our dorm rooms arguing with druids about how the future of agriculture was good berry propagation.
Look,
good times. Good times.
She's a bit of a trash bag. Look at this.
What over there?
Look where she's getting wasted by the.
She's got a couple of beers on the go midday.
Good Algatherian brown ale, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Look, Algae, it stimulates the creativity. Please.
Algae, thank you.
Oh, my apologies.
It's getting a bit slurry.
Botany, it has been very good to see you again. You've put me in You've really reminded me what it is like and what we're fighting for out there, for the good of the people of Algathera. And sharing ideas like this. It's truly is a wonderful place. It is good to be home, however brief it is.
And remember just how much greater it could be.
Yes, indeed. Well, I will continue to tell everyone that a vote for botany is a vote for the future growth of Algathera.
Excellent. I look forward to your advocacy and my future governance.
She's crazy.
Hippity hop away.
We go.
Crazy, guys.
Okay.
Where did you go?
I was the
Right.
this test.
No, I know you, but then Saturday just
Clipped through the wall and fell down.
That
I'll
was
do it.
ridiculous.
Whap.
You weren't
Okay.
buying
She
that,
says-
were you, Algie?
She says that I forgot the name of it. Rivendell needs help.
Kirkwald Village.
Kirkwall Village.
That may be right, but she said a lot of other things. You may not know this, Algie.
A lot of good
I am
things.
no lover of Ceresians, but even I wouldn't go to war so lightly. It's absurd. It's absurd to consider attacking another city like that.
I don't think you know
Yes, that
what kind of
was
people they are, though.
that was a strange one. She was not so
And then to immediately flip-flop. She is not the governor that Algathera needs at this time. They need someone with experience, someone who understands how Algathera works, someone who's not a warmonger.
We
She's
need
not
someone
only a bad
inclusive.
candidate for governor, she is dangerous.
I mean, at the same time, though, I'd prefer to not be thrown out of the ANC and Algathera as a whole. You know, it's weird here, and you humans are quite odd, but I do like it here.
Whoa. What do you mean, you humans? Algathera
I mean-
has many races within its walls. Even some Harengon before your time.
Exactly, and we want to continue to stay here. So, but this
Yes.
Governor Ellis has his way. It will go back to being just humans, and
You mark my
Yep.
words, no citizen of Algathera will ever be denied access to the city. No citizen
say-
in good standing.
yes, that's a subjective term, though. I mean, I don't know if you ever had Harengon Monastery food, Olsen, but they talk a lot about purity and clarity of the mind and meditation. You can only have plain porridge so many times a day, Olsen, before you go mad.
I would
Flavor!
never-
Give me some flavor!
I would never subject a Harengon to such a vile future.
Exactly.
You can trust Councillor Ellis. He's talking about the old ways, not some new wave of tyranny or anything like that. He's talking about what we're doing at the moment, what has been the way in Algathera. We allow other races, other cultures into our city, and we just make sure that they're appropriate before they enter. There's a certain base level, but it's very easy to meet. I don't think you would have any problem meeting that level. And we let hundreds and hundreds of new citizens join Algathera every day, and we will continue to under Councillor Ellis, and no one will be forced into a mad war with Ceres. Councillor Ellis is a very reasonable man.
I will agree with you about the warmonger, but
The warmongering
Oh,
and the flip-flopping, let us not forget that.
What was the flip-flopping about?
She like immediately said, oh, maybe we shouldn't go to war then if some random guy told me that this is a bad idea. She's a flip-flopper.
it was more just be like, we won't be hasty with these
She's like, oh,
things.
maybe
It-
you're right.
It's a tactical knife stab, not an all-out war.
That's
Yeah.
a flip-flop.
You just didn't understand.
This is a flip-flop, guys.
Oh, I see what you mean. Look, she's a politician.
Politicians
honeyed
are
wa-
allowed to
honeyed-
flip-flop.
She was always very good with, even when she was just a simple clerk. Now running for governor, obviously she's the people she's had to talk to. But we'll leave it. We are not the politicians. We are merely the front line, allowing Algathera to continue its glorious way forward.
Yes, but
It is not up to us to make these decisions.
Survey, it is up to us. We elect the governor. We as citizens of Algathera have our vote, and we are the ones who will pay the consequences if a warmonger like Botany is elected.
Sarave rolls her eyes and she's just like, yes, yes, dear cadre leader.
Don't roll your eyes. This is a serious matter. This vote will impact the rest of your
A
life and the future of Algathera.
Cirresian matter?
Not a Ceresian matter. A serious matter.
She nudges Algie with her.
I know you may be too far gone, Sarave. You've known botany for a long time. I'm sure you'll see nothing evil that she says or does. But Algie, surely you can realize what she's angling towards. The risk that she's placing upon yourself and the rest of Algathera with what she's planning.
If we can do away with Ceres and collect the mana, it's food for thought. We'd have to think about this before we go.
I think she's already thought. And I think she's found her food.
Well, we will see. I'm sure the next time we come back to Algathera, we'll find out what's been going on.
Hopefully the next governor hasn't been assassinated.
Yes, that would be most bad. But a barbed garrote, what a crude and unpleasant way to go out. I mean, I know I favor a chain, but at least it's big and in your face. Something that subtle is
What of a barbed garrote? Was that the murder weapon?
Yes, apparently that's what she like looks around and sort of like steps in close if there's a whole heap of people in the hall, and she's like, yes, apparently the murder weapon was a barbed garrote. Botany did not think that such a thing could have come. Well, she did not think that someone external to Algathera could get in and have access to the governor to do this. And she was looking into all of those who could potentially have motive and the skill for this, because obviously Governor Jenkins, though retired, was once a powerful causeman. So, you know, I think we should keep an eye out.
Who is she considering as suspects?
She didn't tell us that, but she said she was looking into it. Because, you know, an ordinary citizen wouldn't know how to do such a thing, let alone be able to get the jump on an ex-causeman.
True. The Governor Jenkins was a great warrior in his time. It would have to be someone quite skilled, martially skilled, to gain entrance to his chambers and to bring him down.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Well, either way, where is it? I guess we go back to the claw to find out where we should go next.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We're going to Kirkwood Village, aren't we? Maybe we have to get the formal.
Yeah, let's get the formal.
Yeah, because
Go and get our
remember
assignment.
Joseph wouldn't said it was too dangerous for us before.
Yeah. Where the fuck is it?
That's a good question.
I thought I went the right way, but I.
It was on one of the edges of town.
Yeah. I thought this was it, but it doesn't look
Academy.
Yeah, we're looking for the academy.
This way.
Is that it? Oh, no. This does look like an academy, though.
It's over here.
Where are people? What?
It's to the right. Like you're on the
I
base.
see.
Yeah.
Too zoomed
It's
in.
such a dope town.
I agree.
Are you there, Ed?
I'm heading
I'm-
over now.
I'm to your old. It goes to your old one.
There we go. I'm there.
Same with Sarave. I can't double click you. Oh, there we.
My other one
Is this
now.
you?
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, you with the other minis?
Yeah, there we go. It's on the south edge.
Southern edge of town. That's right. Oh, where's Old Mate?
Kirkwood Administration Building. I suppose we can just go back to the academy, hey?
Oh,
Wait, is
shit,
this-
I've lost Old Mate.
Going in the academy, boys.
Which one's the? Is that? Oh yeah, there.
Ooh, I found
Pippin.
old meat.
Oh, mate's come out.
He's doing some work.
Oh, he's great.
He's just sort of he's got a hold on. He's got a hapless student.
Whamp.
Like this. Bow, 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 bow.
He's got a hapless
Shooting
student.
2 swords.
2 swords are better than 1. And it's
Yeah.
like, how many times have I told you it's less efficient?
Yeah, he's like, you don't understand. The shield is for bashing, and the sharp one's for slicing. You can't have 2 slices, no bashes. You do not understand the Algatheran way. And this, I guess they're human, right? Yeah. They speak with an accent though, and they're like, "You do not understand my way. This is just as good." And she sort of does a fancy slicey, and then he's like, "No, like this," and he bashes the pole, and the sort of pumpkin shakes, and as it falls down, he slices it in twain. It's like, "See?" And he turns around, and he's like, wipes his eyes. "Ah, Olsen's cadre, you're back. So, did you solve the murder?"
No.
"Oh, well,
So
Fair
sorry.
enough.
We've only been in town for 2 days.
oh look, the rates
I-
are getting your tokens. I thought you were capable of anything."
I don't think it wasn't an official Agatharian mission. We weren't delegated it. If we were, it would have been a different story. But this is why we've come. We've come seeking our next task.
Yes, well, my next task for you is head out to the east. There's a reports of a dragonling living in a cave underneath a waterfall. The the researchers say that that's almost a guaranteed node. That's what and that's what I've got earmarked for you. The vessel out there will be luckily leaving in no time at all. There's another cadre heading out east. We don't head out east that often, really, but these sort of days you have to make those extra long trips. Got to go search a little further afield for the mana, you know. So yeah, I'll be leaving whenever you're ready. If you choose that, that's what I'll have for you.
Sweet.
Quite a dangerous one, but look, the way I see it is, you either sort it out and you're heroes, or you just run with your tails between your legs and no harm done. That is if you get out. But I think I'm willing to take that risk. Are you?
Anything for Algathera, and what might be a major risk for other cadres will be just a challenge for us. A challenge I think we want, and we're ready for.
Yes, it is. It's so fun just clicking on them.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, I mean, we haven't gone out. Have we not been out east before? I feel like we went west last time. Yes, anything that is worth challenging is worth doing for the good of Algathera, and if it is something no other cadre can accomplish, all the better for our reputation.
Well, look, I wouldn't say no other cadre can accomplish it, but what we got in town, think you're the cream of the crop?
Well, no, but you said it was dangerous, so it's not like an ordinary citizen could just walk in and do it.
Yes. I mean, dangerous for you, of course. Probably not for Calmete.
Well, we'll see about that.
Yeah, well, don't get in too full of your britches. You've had a prodigious start, but I've seen others flame out before you. Just be careful out there, Sometimes there's no harm in living to fight another day.
Yes, we've certainly seen enough of that. We don't want to end up like some of the other people that some of the other cadres that we found out at the last 2 nodes we were at. most upsetting.
Yes, sometimes I wonder if we push your lot too hard. But then I think about the other city-states and the limits we're pushing out here these days. It's getting hot out there, and without pushing you, then what we have here, the quality of life in Algathera deteriorates.
This is true. Everything we do is for the glory of Algathera, after all, and any small personal glory we can get from that is secondary to keeping the lives of the people here going.
Of
It's
course.
what we do this for.
Aye, but I bet you do like seeing a name up in lights, don't you?
Ah, who doesn't?
You got me there.
Yes, that's the one. Unless you had anything else in mind, I think that's what I'll have you up to.
Do we have?
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
We've got Kirkland.
Well, we follow where Algathera sends us, though. Far be it from us to meddle in our next assignment. That sounds worthy.
Okay.
Well, if that's what our troop leader says.
Yes. Hoppity bippity boppity.
We'll head off on the next ship.
Yep, it's a ship.
Yeah.
Once again going overseas.
Just to the east, did you say?
To the east, yes. So
And
keep
then
that in mind. Map.
Kirkland was west.
Kirkwall was
Kirkwall.
west of Port Zeta. Remember?
Okay.
So Port Zeta is on like the west. So you're sort of, in my mind.
Get it. Look, just save it all for our 120-kilometer ride.
Alright, I'll give you the full. Every day will be a new factoid about the world of Maldora.
Yep.
Why do you people do this to yourselves? You're crazy.
I did ask myself that while I was running for 100 Ks inside last weekend, going nowhere. I was like,
Fuck that.
Those are quite hard.
took 3 hours and 15 minutes.
Fuck that. That's all of a Lord of the Rings while cycling.
Yeah. Yeah, it was long. But now I can do 120 Ks outside, hopefully. Fingers crossed. We'll see. Yeah, do you head back to the port?
Well, I suppose
I'm ready.
what
Ready to roll out.
Yeah.
Okay.
You said the boat was coming soon, right?
Did you just go straight back into?
I did. It's hard
Every time
to.
you talk to a dwarf, he's like, "Look,
Yeah.
Algie, you do not need to impersonate my
Yeah.
accent.
Can't help it.
I understand you're Algatheran. You don't need to do that to blend in around here. I got your back. But I am flattered. Thank you. Yes, well, the boat is essentially ready to go. The other cadre is being sent out. You might find them a bit reclusive, but they're nice once they warm up. I've been stalling the boat, waiting for someone to come back so I could get this mana, this node secured. And since you've so generously volunteered to take this one on, I believe we're ready to set sail. Oh, by the way, please, two seconds, and he sort of hops away to back inside, and he comes out a little later with an envelope, and he's like, "Please, once you get to outpost." Outpost Hermes. Hermes. Look, he's got an accent. Please hand this to the magister in charge there. They'll understand.
Emblem. Cool.
Will
All right.
do.
out of the southern gate we go, because that's where we came in. So I assume the port's there.
That's right.
Yeah.
You'll learn your way around the city, Algie.
I've been living here for years.
Alright. Yep, so you head out to the port. The boat, I don't have a port other than
We just walk off the edge of the map.
yeah. You
Oh my god, is this just we walk this random fountain is the boat.
All aboard the boat.
Don't let it leave.
Oh my god, it was so slow.
Come on, Algie.
There's something very funny about this while being zoomed very far out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering if there was like a boat, but that's actually fucking insane. People have made.
Can you plonk it down?
Here's your boat.
No, what?
What? That
A
is
taxi? So what a taxi?
Interesting.
People are wild.
People made. I am blown away. People made like those boats in Port Zeta are like constructed from the building blocks of this game.
Yeah, insane.
Is there like a sail? Surely. How'd they make the sail? My goodness. Anyway, yeah, you get on the boat. You're greeted by the other party. They're not nobodies. They're a relatively seasoned cadre. Been doing it for a number of years, but have never done that well. They sort of nod at you respectfully, but keep to themselves for the most part.
Where are they on the board?
At the moment, hovering around the middle, maybe like just below average. Hasn't been a great start to the season.
Mm-hmm. But a dragon youngling or whatever the hell this is, dragonkin thing, that'd be very, very lucrative for the old ranking.
Yes, it would be. And I think we'll actually end there tonight, so I can do some prep because I haven't got any maps ready.
Yeah.
Nice.
I knew you would never. I was like, oh, if we leave, he's not gonna be ready.
Don't you want anything else to talk about, Mr. Dwarf Man?
Did you solve the matter yet?
Yeah.
Did you solve the matter?
We weren't officially tasked with it. It's very different. We can't just
You
go.
can
Completely
just
fine.
go in there and steal other people's cases.
Agathar is all
They are
about
loose
rules, you know?
cannons.
Yeah, you
Yes,
can't just
Algie,
go.
That's right.
Yeah. Getting the hang of it.
And I've managed to get you out of the city without anyone voting.
Oh damn
So-
it!
No,
I didn't think about that.
Oh no, I forgot about that.
But then I was like, oh, I don't want him to vote. But then that's 2-1 anyway, so I should have just voted.
Okay.
No, I didn't even know about the voting.
That's very true.
Because you guys.
So I'm quite busy for the next week. I will try my best to prep up, but this is one of those like as a DM I basically go through phases where I like do a bunch of prep and then I like roll on that for a long time and then I run out and I have to do a bunch of prep. We're in a do a bunch of prep phase. So if I'm not ready by next Thursday, sorry. I'll try my best though.
That's fair. I mean, yeah, if it's hectic, we can just say we'll just give a 2-week gap so you can prep
Yeah.
without panicking.
I work well on deadlines, so
If it's
Yeah.
not next week,
Hard deadline.
we're going to be very disappointed in you, Lachlan.
understand.
You got 120 kilometers to figure this out.
What's it? Brain, the deadline is fast approaching. Can you push
Yeah.
the button that makes us do the things?
Exactly.
Yes.
That's exactly right.
And now we have done the thing. Here are the 5 other things. Wait, what? Where did they come from?
Impressive accent. Very
There are
nice.
some that I'm very good at, and some that I am. Out of character, neither of you two wear medium armor.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Oh,
Yeah.
Um,
Alright, see you maybe next week. We'll see.
yeah.
Dab.